Welcome to this explainer. Right now, there is a massive suspect lurking in the absolute darkest edges of our solar system. We're talking about a world of ice and rock, potentially billions of miles away, just quietly orbiting our sun in total pitch-black darkness. It's a world that, honestly, forces us to rethink everything we thought we knew about our cosmic neighborhood.
So you might be wondering, how exactly does a planet up to 10 times the size of Earth hide right in our own backyard? Well, let's dive into this huge mystery. It turns a total absence of data into what is essentially a thrilling game of cosmic hide-and-seek. I mean, how on Earth, or I guess how in the solar system, does something that gigantic pull off the ultimate disappearing act for modern humanity? That is exactly what we're going to figure out today. 99.6%. Think about that for a second. That is the staggering level of certainty that scientists at Caltech have that this unseen planet actually exists. Astronomers like Mike Brown and Konstantin Batygin, they aren't just taking wild guesses here, they're looking at some incredibly complex mathematical models of our outer solar system. And to really get why they are so sure, we kind of have to look back at how we've unmasked hidden planets in the past.
Because, history proves that finding planets through math and careful observation is a time-honored tradition. We actually found Uranus totally by accident through a telescope back in 1781. But Neptune? Neptune was found using pure math in 1846. Astronomers noticed Uranus was being pulled slightly off its orbit, calculated exactly where a mysterious object should be, and pointed a telescope there. And boom, Neptune was discovered within a single degree of their prediction. It just proves that out in space, math often sees what our eyes absolutely cannot. Oh, and of course, Pluto was found in 1930 during the hunt for a quote-unquote Planet X.
Section 1. The ghost's gravitational footprints. Because just like with Uranus back in the 1800s, something incredibly massive is actively tugging on the icy rocks at the very edge of our solar system today.
We are seeing these wild anomalies that act like gravitational fingerprints, basically screaming that a massive object is orchestrating the chaos. Deep in the Kuiper Belt, which is this massive ring of icy debris way out past Neptune, astronomers have found a cluster of 14 objects, all tilted at the exact same weird angle. We're seeing detached objects like Sedna sitting in completely isolated orbits that totally avoid Neptune's gravity. We even see strange celestial bodies orbiting the sun backwards. Honestly, without a huge, unseen planet guiding them, these icy rocks should just be scattered randomly. Instead, we have a river of icy rocks continuously crossing Neptune's orbit.
So here is the really crucial point. Current observations of these Neptune-crossing objects meet what's called a 5 sigma statistical test. In science, 5 sigma is the absolute gold standard. It means there is roughly a 1 in 3.5 million chance that these strange alignments are just some random fluke. 1 in 3.5 million? That essentially rules out a solar system without Planet 9. The math literally demands that it's out there.
Section 2. Profiling the cosmic suspect. Now, if we are nearly 100% certain it's out there, we need to build a profile. What exactly are we looking for here? Well, our prime suspect is a massive super-Earth or a mini-Neptune. Weighing in at roughly 5 to 10 times the mass of our own Earth, it's most likely a completely frozen, dark world that actually got ejected from the inner solar system billions of years ago. It probably started forming as a gas or ice giant, but just got kicked out in a cosmic game of pinball before it could finish. And now, it's banished to the freezing, lightless outer limits. And the search area for this fugitive is just staggeringly huge, which perfectly illustrates why this planet is so incredibly hard to track down. For context, Neptune is 30 astronomical units away. That is 30 times the distance from the Earth to the Sun, taking 165 Earth years to orbit. But Planet 9? It's predicted to be an agonizing 400 to 800 astronomical units away. It is so unbelievably far out that one single orbit takes up to 20,000 Earth years.
Section 3. How Planet 9 hides. And this brings us to the real core of this explainer, the big mystery. If this thing is up to 10 times the size of Earth, how exactly does it physically manage to stay hidden from our most advanced technology today?
It seems like such an obvious question, right? I mean, if the math tells us the orbit, just point a telescope and snap a quick photo. We did it for Neptune, so why not Planet 9? Well, as you'll see, the reality of searching the deep, incredibly dark void of space is way, way more complicated than that. As Caltech astronomer Konstantin Batygin so perfectly points out, we can calculate the orbit, but we cannot calculate where it is on the orbit. It's like we know the train tracks perfectly, but we have absolutely no idea where the train currently is on a massive 20,000-year loop.
We aren't just looking at a map on a table, it's like searching for a single, microscopic, dimly lit grain of sand in the middle of a massive desert at midnight.
The planet essentially exploits extreme distance and the noisy backdrop of billions of stars to remain entirely hidden. First off, it uses aphelion hiding. Because of its stretched-out orbit, right now it's likely lingering at its absolute furthest, dimmest point from the sun, reflecting almost zero light. Second, we have background camouflage. From our vantage point on Earth, this specific part of its orbit aligns perfectly with the dense, blinding glare of the Milky Way galaxy. It's literally blending in with millions of bright stars. And third, glacial movement. Because it is so far away, it moves so incredibly slowly across our sky that, in a photograph, it just looks like another stationary background star.
Section 4. The Black Hole Theory. But hey, what if we've been looking for the absolute wrong type of suspect this whole time? What if the reason we can't see a planet is because it isn't a planet at all?
There are two Harvard physicists who argue the gravitational pull we're seeing might actually be coming from a primordial black hole. Now, this is a hypothetical, incredibly dense remnant left over from the very beginning of the universe rather than your standard collapsed star. Unlike massive black holes, these can be tiny, yet still possess immense gravitational power.
So while the Planet 9 theory suggests an ice and rock world 2 to 3 times wider than Earth, the black hole theory suggests something the size of a grapefruit or maybe a bowling ball. If it is a primordial black hole squeezed into a sphere you could hold in your hands, it would be the ultimate camouflage. It's super dense collapsed matter that would emit no light, reflect no light, and completely absorb all light we try to shine on it. Completely invisible, given away only by the mathematical chaos it creates.
Section 5. Building the ultimate trap. Whether it is a frozen giant obscured by the Milky Way or a tiny black hole swallowing light, humanity is finally stepping up and building the ultimate trap to catch it. We're frankly tired of guessing. Okay, let's look at the Vera Rubin Observatory down in Chile. This beast is armed with the largest, highest-resolution digital camera ever built by humans. We are talking about a staggering 3,200 megapixels. To put that into perspective, it's like taping hundreds of high-end smartphones together and bolting a school bus-sized lens onto the front.
This new observatory just completely outpaces anything we've ever built. While older surveys spent years staring at partial patches of the sky just to find those Kuiper Belt clues, the Vera Rubin Observatory scans the entire visible night sky every 3 days. Its specific goal? Uncover Planet 9. It is a relentless, unstoppable data-gathering machine.
By taking continuous, incredibly deep images, astronomers are effectively creating a 10-year, constantly updating time-lapse of the entire night sky. They're basically building a universal security camera. Computers will constantly compare these images, and the second our frozen fugitive creeps across the starfield, alarms will trigger. It's simply not going to be able to hide in the Milky Way's glare anymore.
Now, some skeptics like to point to recent failed sky surveys that claimed Planet 9 doesn't exist. But experts debunk this, noting that those results cover only about 10 to 20% of the possibilities. Past failures just didn't look deep enough or wide enough. The Vera Rubin Observatory, though, it's about to strip away the fugitive's absolute final shadows. If Planet 9 is out there, there's nowhere left for it to hide. As we look out into the 93 billion light-year void of the observable universe, it is just humbling to realize how much of our own solar system remains totally uncharted. So, within the next few years, will we finally find a new planet, a primordial black hole, or maybe something we haven't even imagined yet? I'll leave you with this provocative thought. With our greatest cosmic trap finally set, what hidden wonders are sitting right in our own backyard, just waiting to be caught?